Changchun is the capital city of Jilin province, which is in Dongbei or northeast China. Liaoning and Heilongjiang are the only other two provinces in this part of the country. The language, culture, and lifestyles are so similar to each other that they identify themselves as Dongbei people and don't specify the province. In China, most Dongbei people are well known for their easygoing and warm-hearted character. That's exactly how Lauren felt about her students.
I had a Christmas party one year, and I had invited all the students to come over to my apartment, and every student, like as they came, brought like a gift for me. And some of them were really small gifts, and then some were like, one student brought a whole box of apples, which is like not cheap for a student, because a lot of them were like buying it with their own money and things. And that just really like surprised me, and I also felt like really touched because a lot of them like thought about it. Like I got stuffed animals and earrings and chocolate and fruit, and they like thought about the gifts and everything, and it was really cute.
Even living in a strange place, Lauren hardly ever felt lonely. Her students and Chinese friends would be so kind, even keeping her company on holiday. Also, when she was ill, her friends could always help her through it by taking her to the doctors that they knew.
I was having some stomach problems while I was there, and one of the students that I was close with, his mother was a nurse, so she helped me out in the hospital, which was really nice because they don't have like Western hospitals up there,
The students' expectations of Lauren were that she would be loud and outgoing, and they were taken aback when she wasn't too outrageous. After some time together, they got to know each other and started to understand each other's mannerisms.
A lot of Chinese people think that foreigners are like the crazy outgoing ones, but actually up in Dongbei, I think I was like the quieter one, and they were the crazy outgoing ones. It was kind of funny because they would always be like, I thought Americans were crazy, but we're louder than you are, like.
Besides that, it can also be a challenge to get along with friends that have so many different customs in the way of talking, eating, and so on. You might have found that some Chinese travelers talk loudly or spit on the street. But if you live in China, you don't bash an eyelid because you're the odd one out.
As far as like Western manners go, they don't really have manners. They eat food very quickly, and it's very loud, and they speak to each other. They kind of push a lot, and they just throw garbage around and things like that. And that was a little bit difficult for me to get used to.
In fact, Dongbei men are less likely to argue when they have a problem with each other. They would rather solve the problem with their fists. Bickering a lot is considered feminine. Lauren found it hard to accept many of the men's chauvinistic attitudes. Women from northeast China are expected to obey their boyfriends or husbands. The women will be smacked if they are disobedient.
I remember one couple, she and her boyfriend were in 2 different classes, and in class she would be very outgoing and talkative and fun, and I remember I went to eat with her and her boyfriend one time, and she was very quiet. He wouldn't let her like have any beer, and he kept telling her not to eat so much meat because she would get too fat, and he kept telling her ordering her around, and I was kind of getting angry at him because she's usually a really like fun, happy person.
When Lauren worked in Changchun, she shared an office with a colleague. They soon became close friends, and in the shortest time, Lauren's friend experienced all of life's biggest changes, including a wedding, a pregnancy, and of course the birth. She found out that Chinese people deal with these issues very differently.
Everything that she ate all had to be like extremely nutritious for the baby, and she had like all these habits about like walking a certain amount every day, or like doing like listening to music, or like she had all of these things because she was just trying to like make it the healthiest baby possible. And after she had the baby, it's a Chinese tradition to like stay in your bed for a month, and that was something that I had never heard of before.
Women staying in bed for a month after giving birth is a 1,000-year-old tradition. It's hard to argue whether or not this is another custom with no scientific confirmation, or rather an old wives' tale that has not yet been proven. There's another thing that might put you off if you're considering recommending it. You're also supposed to go without a shower and stay away from cold weather. Of course, sponge baths are acceptable. For any potential expat or short-term traveller to northeast China, Lauren's experience is no doubt very valuable. At the very least, it can help you understand the Dongbei people.